guys, Zinexy here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some things not to put in your hermit crab tank. So let's get started. First of all, before we get started, some people might not agree with me on some of the things that I say not to put in your tank, but it's my opinion and I've done some research on it, so I know some of my facts. I know a lot of things not to put in your tank. So again, let's start. So the very first thing I'm going to be showing you not to put in your tank is one of these, and this is a metal climbing device that you can stick on with these suction cups to the back of your tank. These are terrible for hermit crabs. The hermit crabs can actually get stuck climbing these, so they can actually get stuck, and as you can see, they rust very easily. Now, I never ever have used this in my tank. This was given with a 1 gallon plastic tank, like a little critter thing that my sister gave me because she wasn't using it and I was just beginning to get hermit crabs. I've never had them before. She's like, oh, here, use this. Did some research on it. Terrible for hermit crabs, so do not use these in your tank. These are kind of like bird cages, how they have the wire mesh on these sides that bad hermit crab owners use, and they say, oh, they're great, don't listen, but they're actually the opposite of great. They are terrible for your hermit crabs, so make sure not to put any of this type of metally mesh climbing on your tank. Make sure, because it will rust, hermit crabs can get stuck, they can lose limbs, many terrible things can happen with these. So the next thing not to use are these little plastic critter cages. As you can see, my sea monkeys are in here, and that's no harm done to them because they're in a smaller tank inside of this large plastic tank. It's not even big. Like, this is my hand, and my hand is pretty big. Not that I have, like, ginormous hands. But these are terrible for hermit crabs because hermit crabs need substrate, very deep substrate, and the substrate has to be at least 3 inches or 3 times the size of your biggest hermit crab. And I usually like to put 4 to 6 inches in. So 4 to 6 inches. 6 inches is like here. So basically your crabs, if you have one of these, there's like no room whatsoever. And plastic tanks are terrible for them in general. But my sea monkeys are fine. They have light, they have everything. It's kind of dark outside right now, so that's why. Yeah, but also on the top, they have this kind of a wiry mesh thing again. And people are like, oh, they can climb on the top. Well, it's terrible for them because they can easily fall. But also, you can't put any source of heating device on this because it is plastic, so the plastic will melt. And so you can't really heat your tank. I haven't really looked into heating a plastic tank, but I just know that you should at least have a 10-gallon tank, at least a 10 or 5-gallon tank for 2 hermit crabs, or 3 if you have really small ones. So yes, don't get a plastic tank. So the next thing I want to go over is shells, and there's a huge debate going on right now if painted shells or natural shells are better, and obviously natural is the right way to go. Natural shells don't have paint on them, and the paint is actually toxic to hermit crabs, so hermit crabs can die if paint is ingested because paint can easily flick off the shell of the paint of the shell, and hermit crabs eat it because that's their natural instinct. Ooh, food, yay! So they eat it, and it's deadly. It's like poison. They can die from it if eaten enough, or even if eaten anything. I'm kind of starting off, but that's okay. So you want to make sure you have a large collection of natural shells, at least the size up of your hermit crabs, 2 per each hermit crab. So I have some nice natural shells here, and they're really, really nice. So these are nice natural shells. Do not get painted ones. I had a lot of pet stores sell hermit crabs with painted shells on them for the attraction of little kids. Oh, Mom, can I get this hermit crab? Sure, honey. But they get them because of the attraction of the shell. And when I took my hermit crabs home, they actually had painted shells, but I put some natural shells like these out for them, and they immediately moved in to their new, nice home. And a person shared a story with me. They said that their hermit crab, my friend, who had hermit crabs, she said that her hermit crab actually got stuck in the painted shell because the paint was so sticky that her hermit crab actually got stuck in there and couldn't get out. So it died the next morning and she couldn't get it out. But it's a really sad story, so do not buy painted shells. Whatever you do, they are toxic. Your hermit crab can get stuck. But a lot of people will be like, oh no, my hermit crab's fine. Well, it's not fine. Make sure when you bring it home from the pet store, as soon as you can, change it into a not painted shell. Change it into a nice natural shell. So the next thing I want to go over is water conditioners. Now there's a lot of, there's actually more debate about water conditioners than there are of shells going on at the moment. A lot of people say, oh yes, trusted crab brands, they have great conditioners, and I haven't really looked into it that much. But I have learned that a brand called API is the way to go. They have amazing crab conditioners. They're not labeled crab conditioners. It's tap water conditioner, but it's great. It's phenomenal. A lot of professional crab or expert crab owners use this product. So do not buy these ones. This is a CrabWorks water conditioner. And I've heard a lot of things about this, and a lot of people say it's not good. A lot of people say it is good. Apparently, it removes the harmful chlorine. It neutralizes heavy metals. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I'm not going to try it. I'm going to get the trusted brand. But a lot of commercial brands say, oh, this is great, kids. And a lot of inexperienced crab owners do use this product or products like these. I haven't really looked into it. So it might be false information. I'm not 100% sure. But if you have used this product and you are successful, comment down below. We're going to try to clarify this, see if it's that bad. But I've heard a lot of debate about this. So yeah, so I'm not 100% sure, but if you know for sure, comment down below what you think. You could be right, could be wrong. It doesn't really matter, but you want to make sure your hermit crab water is safe and conditionized, so you don't want any of the harmful chemicals getting into your crab's system. The next thing I want to go over is food. A lot of people use pellets as their source. I do sometimes, but only the trusted brands. Apparently Zoo Med is good, or Zoo Med is bad. A lot of people say otherwise. Again, debate. But I have 2 bottles of pellets for you today. So this one is Zoo Med Hermit Crab Food, vitamin-enriched food for all land-type hermit crabs. I use this. I could be like a terrible crab owner for giving them this. I only give very, very little amount. And when they don't eat it, I just throw it right out. So I haven't really tried much of this. They seem to like it. So there's cookies and stuff, so I'm going to try getting some of that and seeing how they like it. Some of the healthier options, probably. On the other hand, there's also this CrabWorks one, and a lot of people debate on pellets, say, oh, they're terrible, and some people say they're good. I like to use very little pellets and lots of nice fruits and maybe walnuts, some honey, some shrimp, things that they like. Not so much of pellets, but they do seem to like this one. Not so much of this, so I'm going to probably stop putting that in there and probably get some more of this one. If you think I am wrong, please comment down below. Tell me what is right. Really interesting to know. This is a huge topic about hermit crab pellets. I'm not that new to owning hermit crabs. I've had them for a long time until sadly all mine passed away eventually, but it was after a very long time. So I'm pretty experienced. I have watched tons and tons of videos. I think that these pellets are pretty bad. Apparently they're not healthy. Apparently they're not good to feed to your hermit crabs in general. I think they're okay depending on the type of food that is in them. They both smell like fish food, to be honest. They don't smell that great. I don't know if I trust this one. I more of trust this one, but I haven't completely gone into trust with them. I've kind of, it could be bad, could be good. I'm more on the bad side. I think pellets aren't the best way to go. Definitely fresh food for your hermit crabs. So the last thing I want to go over is substrate, and I know I didn't cover all the topics, but I will try to. I'm probably going to make a part 2 in this video, like what decorations to use and whatnot. But in this video, this is the last part. So what I want to talk about is substrate. So there's a lot of debate, again, there's a lot of debate on a number of items in the hermit crab community about different things. So substrate, a lot of people use the brand or the Infit, like it's really nice. Okay, never mind. But anyways, what really is a good substrate is Eco-Earth, but not alone apparently. Eco-Earth, when your crabs are molting, which they need very deep substrate to molt, the Eco-Earth actually caves in, but with a mix of sand, play sand that is sterilized and is good to use for hermit crabs. It's a certain brand, but I cannot remember the name on the top of my head, but mixed is a great mixture. Apparently Eco-Earth is not good alone. Some people have different ideas. Oh, it's great. Like, I know Yatakuri Nation actually use Eco-Earth, but there's been some debate about it, so I'm really not sure. I haven't really looked into it, but when I do, I will update you on that. But apparently Eco-Earth mixed with sand is the perfect thing, especially washed, and you have to obviously soak it. So mixed with sand so they can tunnel properly. If the sand is completely dry, it is not a good probably thing to use. If it's like totally dry, like you want it to be wet, you want it to be very moist, you want it to be good for your hermit crabs. So that is all I have to say right now. So if you like this video, I know there was a lot of stuttering and ums. I will try to work on that. I'm not a professional video vlogger or anything, or a YouTuber or anything, because I just recently started. But if you feel like giving this video a thumbs up, please give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below on your decision if I'm wrong, which is totally normal, if I'm right, which is also totally normal. But you can comment down below what you think, what your opinion is. It's a totally comment-free zone, so there could be some fights, there could be whatever. So leave your comment. If you choose to subscribe, that would be great. I really appreciate it. So thanks guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!